please welcome on stage Olaf, CEO of Metro!
Well, thank you and good afternoon, everybody. It's great to have you here. And actually, it's a pleasure to see demo day number 6 of the Metro Accelerator. And I don't want to spoil the event, but I think you can be quite excited about a diversity of ideas, a diversity of characters that will illustrate what you can do to change the business in the hospitality sector. And that varies from stuff very much related to product, stuff that helps you to learn more from social media and what it can do to your business, throughout finding the right people, which is success factor number 1 for our clients, right through accounting, which can be one of the most important things if you want to be sustainable in the business. So Metro is in this accelerator program now for the 6th time. And some people might wonder, hey, you're still around. Why are you doing this still? Isn't the fashion of accelerators starting to decline? Well, I don't agree. I do not agree. I fanatically would be in opposition to that argument. We are absolutely convinced that the format to attract innovators, to find new ways on how to make the business of independent entrepreneurs in the hospitality sector better, is something that is for long. It's for the long-term future. And that's why we at Metro will continue to do this. But we're doing this in the context of a broader strategy. Some of you might know, Metro was a very diversified conglomerate. We had department stores, consumer electronics, hypermarkets. As of the year 2019, we are 100% wholesale. And we don't like wholesale. We love it. And we love it because we are privileged to serve an audience that as well is to be loved. It's the independent owner of a restaurant. It's the independent owner of a bistro. It's you, the one that makes a difference with taste, creativity, innovation. The soul of dining out is the individual. It's not the automated. And we have the privilege to find ways and means how to make your business more successful. We have 2 target groups. One is hospitality. The other one is independent trade, independent grocery. Today, it's the demo day for the accelerator for hospitality. But to illustrate you how far we progressed in this as a company, but also how far the relationship with our customers has changed over the course of the last years, I want to show you a small video that gives you a bit of a glance on what it means to us when we talk about your success is our business. So pay attention to the music, pay much more attention to the lyrics, but pay a lot of attention to the people you will see. Please show the video. That's true as well. So I hope this brings across what we are all about. We want to not only protect the color of liberty, we want to make it grow. We are not there to make you survive as an independent entrepreneur, but we are there to make you strive, to make you more successful than ever before. To do that, you need partners. We need partners on the product side, we need partners on operations, we need the partners on the client side, but we need partners for innovation. And you will see 10 great examples of that in a few minutes. Now, I would not introduce the number 6 demo day of the Metro Accelerator if Metro didn't find a partner to do it. And it's now 5 years ago when I had the privilege to run into a meeting that I was not interested at all in New York City after a day of roadshowing with investors. I was absolutely exhausted. And somebody told me, no, you need to talk to these people. I said, boy, okay. Okay, let's do that. And then I met the gentleman I want to introduce in a second, David Brown, one of the founders of Techstars, a company that is unique for what they do, a company that has contributed so much to this program and to more than the 60 people or the 60 companies that participated in the accelerator. So before I hand over the stage to David, it's a big thank you to all of you at Techstars for what you've done so far. But now please give a warm welcome to David Brown, one of the founders of Techstars.
Thank you, Olaf, and thank you very much to your organization, Metro, for being an incredible partner to us over these past 6 years. It has been 6 programs. It's been an incredible culmination of figuring out how to engage with startups across the hospitality and retail space and bring in incredible companies into the accelerator. I'm a serial entrepreneur myself. I've only ever worked at startups. I'm 54 years old. I've never had a job interview in my life. And what I like to say is if you want to know what an aspiring entrepreneur looks like in 30 years, I'm Exhibit A. And we've run a number of these programs, of course 6 with Metro here in Berlin, and another 160 or so scattered around the world. And so there are 1,600 companies that have graduated from the Techstars programs, and so we know a little bit about what's in store. Those companies have gone on to raise about $5 billion US dollars in capital and are worth in aggregate 17 billion US dollars. And so they go on to great success, and we have the privilege of seeing them at their early beginnings. And that's what you'll see here on stage today. My ask is that $5 billion, by the way, is the statistic that we are the most proud of, because that is money that has been raised from outsiders. That's not us saying that they're great. That's all of you and other investors that are investing their capital into these companies. It is thanks to communities like all of you that these companies become successful. And so it's with great gratitude that I have for all of the mentors that participate in the program, all of the people in the Berlin community that have participated in the program. And if you haven't participated yet and you would like to, here is my ask. Pick one thing as you see the companies come across the stage today. Think of one thing that you can do for one company to help out. Maybe that's just an introduction. Maybe you can introduce them to their next great employee, or maybe you could introduce them to a customer, or maybe you can give them a product idea, or maybe you can give them an idea for a way to expand their business. Think how powerful it is if all of you just pick one company and provide that advice. That is the power of a network. That's the power of community. That's really what we're all about. We try at Techstars to help entrepreneurs succeed. So thanks again for all of your participation in the program. Thanks to Metro and Olaf for being such great partners. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Martin Olczyk, who's the managing director of the program, here to take us on with the show. Over to you, Martin. Thank you.
Thanks, David. Thanks, Olaf. It's a pleasure to have you both here tonight. Welcome Berlin, good afternoon, and welcome to the 4th Metro Accelerator powered by Techstars. We are here today to see amazing founders, and I have the big pleasure to have worked with those companies over the last month. So my name is Martin Olczyk. I'm the Managing Director at Techstars for this program. It has been an eventful 15 weeks, to say the least. I would like to start with a few numbers about the program, which are quite impressive. So we have 10 amazing companies from 8 countries across 14 nationalities. We have had more than 1,000 meetings happening in the first 2 weeks of the program. After those meetings, 2 companies changed their businesses entirely. Another interesting fact is we have seen more than 40 crates of beer disappearing. But what cannot be expressed in numbers is the meaningful relationships and friendships for life. So the program was not only us hacking in our old Soviet building and working on great ideas. The success at the startups comes from the constant interaction at the network of Techstars and Metro. We couldn't have done it without all the support of this great and amazing supportive mentors who worked with our companies over the last 90 days. So before you see the companies coming on stage, I would like to thank the few people who were involved in the program and helped us and the companies to push it forward. As a mentorship-driven accelerator, it's the mentors who make these programs great. And we had more than 100 working with our founders in the last 90 days and hopefully continue over the next months and even years. I would also like to thank all the Techstars alumni, our global network partners. Who are here with us, not only providing millions of dollars of perks and access to services for companies and the founders, but also offering mentorship, office hours, and dedicated one-on-one meetings. A special thanks goes to our corporate partner, Metro. We've heard some numbers already. We had 4 amazing accelerators for hospitality in the last years, and it was a big pleasure for me working with you guys this year. So thank you very much. Sylvia, thank you, Luisa, thank you, Julia, and all the people who are not on the slide, especially Sabine, Ole, Finian, and the entire Metro and Hospitality Digital team. It was a big pleasure. Thanks for the dedication, support, and great cooperation. Another special thanks dedicated to my amazing colleague, Franziska, who worked not only she did not work 24/7, she worked 25/8 if it's possible. She did all the heavy lifting before the program and during program. And Franziska, you know, it wouldn't be possible. The entire program wouldn't be here without you. So thank you very much for the hard work. Then we have our 5 amazing associates. They were working day and night to make this program happen. And these are really 5 very, very talented individuals, and I would like to give them my best wishes for the future. Thank you, Ali, thank you, Sydney, thank you, Carl, thank you, Alex, and thank you, Serena. We all worked hard over the last 15 weeks, but who has exceptionally worked hard, being away from their families and their friends for more than 15 weeks, working nights and weekends, or some nights discovering Berlin's nightclubs, but that's another story. It's the founders. And today is a special milestone in your entrepreneurial journey and the day to celebrate it. But just in 60 minutes. Here is Demo Day 2019. Welcome and let's go.
She didn't like her co-founder at first, but then he married her sister. Please welcome Gabby from Truck Bar!
We all know hospitality is a really tough business, especially for independent bars and restaurants. But the sad truth is that 75% of them are out of business within 3 years. Can you imagine that 3 out of 4 places you see every day in your neighborhood won't exist in 3 years? Today's low profit margins leave them no room for making mistakes or wrong decisions, and they are making a lot of decisions every day. This is how a typical day in the life of Mario, our restaurant owner, looks like. He gets up at 5 a.m. every day to go to the market. When he gets there, he needs to know what to buy and how much of each ingredient will he need. But in order to know that, he needs to predict how many people will visit his restaurant so he doesn't waste food and money. And while he's thinking about that, he's probably worrying how can he incentivize his staff to sell the things that he just bought and track all that. Tough problems, right? I'm Gabi, co-founder and COO of Trek Bar, and we help independent bar and restaurant owners to stop worrying about these problems because Trek Bar brings business intelligence to help them increase their revenue and profitability in order to survive. Trek Bar accurately predicts how much money will Mario make in upcoming 30 days in all of his restaurants, what he needs to order without ordering too much, and who are the best performing waiters for the weekend shifts. Without fail, 90% accurate, yes, 90% accurate, for 30 days in advance. Now you're thinking it must be super complicated or time-consuming to get this thing working. That's why they're still using their trusty Excel or even pen and paper. But what if I tell you that any owner can be onboarded in less than 5 minutes? Our plug-and-play solution is already connected with their existing point-of-sale software, so he can do that himself. No need to call his teenage niece to come and set it up for him. And he can finally be relaxed because he can check the health of his restaurants even when he's not around. Trek Bar is a software as a service solution with 2 revenue streams. First revenue stream is freemium model with upsell for advanced features. This is $20 billion of global potential market, and our customers love it because it's easy to get started with Trek Bar. We work with point-of-sale software vendors and beverage distributors as our partners, so there's no door-to-door sales involved. They already have trusted relationships with the owners and huge sales forces. That keeps our customer acquisition costs super low. As you can see, our sales model is really non-scalable, but it all means nothing without the numbers, right? So get ready, here they come. 300 customers in 5 countries, 27% monthly growth rate, and over 15 point-of-sale softwares already supported. And this is just the beginning. We started a pilot in Italy with our partner Metro, and another one in Germany with the second largest distributor. Italy and Germany are 2 out of top 5 hospitality markets in Europe. But that's not all. Our second revenue stream is big data. This is the $166 billion of global potential market. And we have unique data and insights that beverage producers and distributors don't even have access to. We can tell them when their marketing campaign is not effective anymore. Can you imagine how much money only that information can save? And since we are talking about data, I have to mention that we are fully GDPR compliant. The best of all, this is not a distant future. This is happening right now. We have 2 pilots running in Croatia and Norway, including a pilot with one of the biggest international beverage producers. But it all wouldn't be possible without our brilliant team. You already know me. I'm Gabi, co-founder with a master's degree in economics, you know, the thing that teaches you how to make money. Next is Igor, our CEO and proper old school tech guy. We worked together on Trackbar for more than 3 years, and I even allowed him to marry my sister, so you know how much I trust him. When we found a great tech team, we knew that we have a perfect mix. And finally, our mentors and advisors, all hospitality experts with over 50 years of combined experience in managing and helping hospitality businesses. 2019 will be a great year for Trackbar. We are expanding markets and team. And if you want to join us on that journey, please come and find me after the pitch. Thank you.
That's building bridges to build startups and human relationships. From Paris with love, it's Marc from Gopher!
Technologic.
2 million euros. Every single day, in Paris alone, hotels and restaurants are spending 2 million euros on temporary staff. Waiters, line cooks, receptionists. It's one of their top spendings in their operations. And while this number is going to grow to 8 million euros per day in the next 5 years, the system is broken. Here's the Pullman Hotel at the foot of the Eiffel Tower. To care for their 400 rooms and 100 temporary staff, they have a food and beverage manager called Jean-Pierre. Now, Jean-Pierre spends half of his time manually finding, scheduling, training, and paying his temporary staff, knowing full well that any one of the people that he just hired this morning could ruin the magical experience of his guests. Now, on the other side of town, there's Rose. She's an awesome waitress that just moved to Paris. She's having an incredibly hard time going from hotel door to hotel door trying to find her next job. When she does, she gets a ridiculously low pay and absolutely no recognition for the good job she's done. Now, to bring them both together, there's us. My name is Marc, CEO and co-founder of Gopher. When Rose registered on Gopher, we checked with 100% of her references. And we built her profile not only on what she answered, but how she answered. When Jean-Pierre needed someone, the best workers for him were notified, such as Rose. And Jean-Pierre got to choose which workers he preferred based on the profiles and the ratings. And Gopher took care of managing the paperwork, digitally writing up the contract, and processing the payment. So that's the least you would expect from any kind of mobile job application, right? So why do all the Jean-Pierre of Marriott, Accor, already count on us for the temporary staff? Because we provide them with a solution that builds trust, that trains workers, that brings them expertise and cultural fit just like their long-term staff. For example, every one of the workers gets a briefing that focuses on behavior. Now, training is the most time-consuming part, but get this. Workers train other workers. That's how strong our community is. We are the first temporary staffing application that cares about the communities we build. And they love it. Over the last 6 months, we've grown to 99% satisfaction from workers and hotels alike. We charge a 15% commission every time an hour is booked on Gopher. We're a software as a service enabled marketplace. Simple and scalable. It's a very competitive space. Most of our customers have been using other systems as well. Yet, they stay with us. Near zero churn. Now here are a couple of other numbers that you might like. In 2018, 20% month-on-month increase in number of paying customers. 80% repeat business. 100,000 euros gross monthly volume at the end of last year. That's quite a few numbers of Jean-Pierre that we're having now, right? So it's not only the big names like Marriott, Accor, or Paris Inn Group that trust us. Thanks to the Metro Pilot program, we're also converting the independent hotels. It's a huge market. Duplicating the Parisian model to major cities worldwide addresses a market of 20 billion euros. We know Berlin, Frankfurt, Madrid, Barcelona, Montreal, London are ready for us. So for this kind of world domination, who better than a team of seasoned, experienced, mission-driven entrepreneurs? I've spent the last 9 years as a leader and entrepreneur in the US and Europe alike. Our Chief of Operations, Nicolas, is a dear friend of 20 years, 18 of which he spent building amazing mobile products. Isabelle, with her past as online caterer and digital marketer, is our Chief Marketing Officer. And Emeric, our CTO, built and successfully sold his first startup in HR tech. Now the team would not be complete without the 6 other great members that compose it, as well as the amazing investors and advisors that already believe in us, such as Claudia, founder of Aquafadas, who exited to Rakuten, Frank, former general counsel to the Carlson Residor Hotel Group, or Christian of Wantedly, our HR expert right here in Berlin. Gopher has the power to build a new world for temporary staff. Come, work hand in hand with us to make our mission a worldwide reality.
You will either find our next founder lifting weights in the gym or tearing his house down on the drums. Please welcome the one and only Prithvi from Sentiment
Did you know, if a restaurant's online rating goes up by just half a star, its revenue could increase by 10%. There's a wealth of information on social media that can be used to increase this rating. But unfortunately, restaurants have no idea how to tackle this and are completely clueless. In fact, one of our customers had a team of analysts that spent 8 painful hours a week on TripAdvisor, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Google, Yelp, just trying to understand why the competitors had a higher rating than them. I'm Prithvi, the founder and CEO of Sentiment Search, and we fixed this problem. First of all, we reduced the time spent down to just 1 hour a week. Just one. More importantly, we provided them with a number of insights they had never seen before to help them increase their rating by that elusive half star. And as I said, more stars mean more money. How do we do this? Sentiment Search aggregates millions of reviews, tweets, and comments for thousands of restaurants in a given city within minutes. Using over 20 unique algorithms developed completely from scratch, we analyze this information sentence by sentence and provide restaurants with a very precise score for every aspect of their business and their competition. The industry average the sentiment analysis accuracy is only 75%. We have trained our algorithms using millions of reviews specific to the industry and have an accuracy of 92%. Want to know why your competitors have more stars than you? Using our technology, we can tell you why. Perhaps your waiting times are too long. Perhaps your service isn't good enough. Perhaps your portions don't have good value for money. Sentiment Search can answer all these questions and more. We track every dish from every restaurant and can help tailor menus and costs. We can pinpoint the strengths of the restaurants and help design more effective marketing campaigns. We also track changes. For one of our clients, we discovered they had one of the highest rated decors in London after a recent refurbishment. And the best part is, onboarding a customer takes less than 1 minute. Sentiment Search is a SaaS solution. Currently, we're working with 20 well-known restaurants, 4 of which are Michelin star. We're also working with 2 marketing agencies that have white labeled a solution to over 300 restaurants. Our clients are based in the UK, US, and India. None of this would be possible without a rock-solid team behind the company. So far, Sentiment Search has been a one-man effort. Just me and my laptop. I graduated from the University of Oxford with a master's in software engineering, and I have 8 years of experience as a data scientist and business intelligence consultant. We have a highly experienced board of advisors who've been instrumental in our growth. Ranjit is the owner of 9 fine dining restaurants in London and is extremely well connected in the industry. Rishif owns several restaurants across the world and is extremely well versed in the existing analytical solutions. David is a very successful entrepreneur and advisor in the hospitality industry. Currently, our focus is only hospitality. But the beauty of Sentiment Search is that our algorithms can be literally applied to any industry. In 2017, the global social media analytics market was valued at $3 billion. In 2023, the projected value is $16 billion. I have worked on this company alone for 3 years alongside my full-time job, and I've managed to build a profitable startup. Now I'm all in. And next month, I'm joined by my first full-time employee who recently made a lucrative exit from another startup. The goal now is purely to expand the team, focus on sales, and make some serious money. Given the exceptional satisfaction of our current customers, we will make Sentiment Search the gold standard for social media analytics. Thank you.
He helps businesses discover their mojo using artificial intelligence. Please welcome Jagdish from Hey Mojo!
Once upon a time, I was living and working in the US, where I and 2 other engineers built a machine learning platform for an app in 9 months. We called it Sumbly. What was amazing was that Yahoo paid $30 million to buy our company of 5 people. After a successful exit, like most young entrepreneurs, following their dreams, I moved back to my home country, India, and I opened a cafe. While starting a cafe was truly amazing, running it was an absolute nightmare. Every day I would ask myself, how do I get new customers? How do I bring my current customers back? What coffee they like? So I spoke to other cafe and restaurant owners and realized we all struggle with the same problem. Not just that, we never had enough time because running a small business is so damn hard. There are 1.5 million restaurants and cafes in India. Sensing a huge opportunity, I did what any smart engineer would do. I shut down the cafe and wrote an algorithm to fix this problem. I'm Jagdish, founder and CEO of HeyMojo. HeyMojo is a unique AI-driven marketing solution that leverages the power of machine learning with personalized messaging to help restaurants grow and do more faster. Sounds complicated, buzzwords, but it's actually super simple. Here's how HeyMojo works for a restaurant owner. The restaurant owner goes to HeyMojo website and selects one of the three goals: get new customers, bring back current customers, or drive online reviews. HeyMojo automatically builds a chatbot that's then connected to the restaurant's Facebook, Instagram, and Google pages in 3 clicks. And that's it. It takes 5 minutes to set up the platform, and HeyMojo gets to work. That's where our secret sauce comes in. To get new customers, HeyMojo recommends and runs marketing campaigns based on the restaurant's demographic, relevance of target audience, and the previous posts, campaigns, and engagement. As a customer, when you see the ad on Facebook or Instagram, the chatbot asks you to make a reservation. When you go to the restaurant, the bot again asks you to redeem the offer you received. It then asks you, how was your experience? And if you had a good experience, it asks you to leave an online review. And this brings real customers with real results. Taka Maka, a brewery in New Delhi, India, in a matter of 4 weeks, starting from zero, received 512 subscribers, a 320% ROI, and their staff saved 40 hours of time. Pretty impressive, right? But the beauty of HeyMojo lies in bringing back the current customers. And to do that, the restaurant owner downloads a scannable QR code with a deal or discount, which can be printed on thank you card or a table tent card. A customer simply scans the QR code, and again, the bot opens up asking them few questions, including if they had a good experience. And if you're a happy customer, it again asks you to leave an online review. A week later, the bot sends you a super personalized message saying, we miss you, please come back, here's a 20% off your next order. And again, that works. Italiano, a small pizzeria in New Delhi, in just a few minutes of extra work, received 980 people scanning the QR code, and 156 of these people came back after 2 weeks when they received the message. As you see, we bring the best of online marketing campaigns with offline data, and we bring it all together in one place. Over a period of time, this data, conversations, and preferences helps us create super personalized retargeting campaigns, which help drive higher revenue, returning customers, and more online reviews. And you just heard, more reviews means more money. That's why our customers love us. We have 85 paying customers, of which 55 are in India, 18 in US, and 12 right here in Berlin, thanks to Metro as part of the Accelerator program. Now that you've seen how our customers make money, here's how we make money. HeyMojo is a SaaS solution where customers pay us a $49 monthly fee as a starting point. At higher tiers, we provide more support, advanced integrations, and custom campaigns to our customers. Marketing automation for small businesses is a $48 billion global opportunity and is going to get bigger. Just like HubSpot conquered the marketing automation for startups, we are doing this for restaurants and cafes. And that's just the beginning. HeyMojo can be applied to any small business with a brick and mortar location, which also has an online social media profile. And there are 80 million such small businesses with a brick and mortar location who are active on Facebook. And these businesses need a way to get the online customer to their offline store. That's where we can win big. So what brings Mojo to HeyMojo? We are 3 co-founders who have known each other for 10 years and worked together on building HeyMojo for the last 4 years. Pallav, our CPO, is a graduate from BITS Pilani, India's top engineering college, and he built the customer checkout path at Travelocity, which was acquired by Expedia. Rahul, our CTO, built Mango Reader, India's most awarded story reading app with more than 5 million children reading stories. It was later acquired by Nandan Nilekani, co-founder of Infosys. And I'm Jagdish, a serial entrepreneur with more than 16 years experience working in US, India, and Europe in startups and Fortune 500 companies. We are a team of 8 engineers and marketers, and we have some of the most amazing advisors across the globe, people who have built companies and have led marketing at global giants in hospitality and marketing. Running a startup is hard, we all know that. Fortunately, we have Techstars and Metro helping founders like me. Running a small business is even harder. Please join me in bringing Mojo back to these small business owners with Hey Mojo. Thank you.
He's taken the business from zero to hero in no time at all. Here he comes. It's Roy from EasyWay.
Accor, Intercontinental Hotel Group. Two of the biggest hotel chains in the industry with more than 9,000 hotels combined. And they're working with us. Together, we are changing the way they communicate with their guests. But it wasn't always like that. A month into the program, we realized that the business we've been working on for the last 2 years wasn't going to work. We had to start from scratch. 0 customers, no product, not even an idea. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, 2 of us got dumped by our girlfriends. Fast forward 60 days, we are live in 4 hotels, and we have more than 15 hotels that are just waiting for us. Plus, we are the smallest company that ever got full access to the WhatsApp Business API. So, what the hell happened? We were trying to figure out what bothered us the most about the hospitality industry. We quickly found the answer: old-fashioned communication. Messaging is the new global language. Over 69% of millennials prefer messaging to communicate with businesses, yet communication between hotel and their guests is stuck in the 80s. Why do we need to go to the reception and wait there for 10 minutes just to get the Wi-Fi password? Why, in 2019, do we need to use a landline and not our smartphones? Hotels are losing billions to their new tech-based competitors, and we are here to help them. I'm Roy, CEO and founder of EasyWay. With our system, you can send your hotel any request or question in your native language via a favorite messaging app. Our algorithm analyzes the messages and responds automatically, or forward the request to the receptionist who answers via our easy-to-use dashboard in real time. A seamless experience, 0 effort. So, here are a couple of reasons why Accor and Intercontinental Hotel Group chose us. First, we are working in more than 100 languages and on every messaging platform, whether it's Facebook, iMessage, or WhatsApp, which none of our competitors has access to. Second, our algorithm already understands 50% better guest queries than our competitors, and we're just warming up. None of this would be possible without an amazing team. Asaf joined EasyWay straight from the army, where he served as an automation programmer from the intelligence corps. We've been working together for the last 2 years. I've met Yaniv 6 years ago during my military service. He's our people person. Yaniv was able to sell our product to the top hotels in the industry without it even being built. I served in the Special Forces as a commander, where I led my team members under uncertain conditions. Together, we tackle a huge market. In 2018, hotels spent on technology $9 billion. And by 2021, it's expected to reach $18 billion. We know we can be a strong player in this market. We are starting with Accor, in Vienna and Berlin, and Intercontinental in Tel Aviv. But that's not all. We have 50 more hotels from 8 international hotel chains that are just waiting for us to be onboarded. If you want to join the rocket ship before we take off, contact me. Thank you.
She's about to put Amour back into the relationship with you and your accountant. Oh yes, here she is. It's Sarah from Baratio!
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, rain in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got a man on your face.
Hi, I was a restaurateur for over 7 years in Paris. But every day I was asking myself the same question. Which dishes on my menu are actually making money? Do I have all the inventory to make this dish? Is my profit margin healthy? With my 10 years of experience as an accountant, I was so confident that I could easily manage a restaurant and a bar. But in fact, it was not so simple. As a restaurant owner, there's too many things to do, and only 24 hours a day. I had no dedicated software that could solve all my problems. I have to use one for accounting and Excel for everything else. I spent hours trying to pull all the information from every line of every invoice to try to understand what was happening in the business. I was so tired and frustrated. At this point, most owners just give up trying to make it on their own and outsource their problem. That's what I did. Each month, I would put all the invoice in a box and send it to my accountant. And I will only hear from them 15 months later with a tax return. And even then, no insight. I'm Sarah, founder and CEO of Baratio. I built in 2016 Baratio to help bar and restaurant to understand what's happening in their business on a daily basis. We offer advice and recommendation within the software and back office automation with just a snapshot from their phone. Yes, all they need is their phone. This is important because bar and restaurant do not have time to sit down for a coffee, so they definitely don't have time to sit down for back office stuff. Let me show you how easy it is. In 30 seconds, the restaurateur scans the invoice. Baratio recognizes every line of the invoice, from the product code to the unit price. We update inventory, margin, and ratio. We do their bookkeeping. We give them an understandable overview of their business. Our system recognizes the data and the invoice of more than 50 major food and beverage suppliers. So it's easy to use from day one. For restaurant owner, data is key. And we are not the first one who work on data recognition. Adobe, Google, and Microsoft are working on it for many years. Bad news for them? We only started 3 years ago, and our system already outperformed all of them. Our accuracy rate is close to 100%, and the other have only an average rate of 80%. Our main customers are independent bar and restaurant, but we also work with chain. The business model is simple. We charge 1% of monthly recurring fees based on bar and restaurant turnover. So we will grow with them. If they are more successful, we are more successful. It's more than a trend, it's a fact. The food industry, food tech, and even accounting systems are booming around the world. The total achievable market for restaurant management software was $2 billion in 2016, and it will reach $7 billion by 2025. Variation solutions cover accounting, inventory, cash flow, and human resources. These make up 80% of the 7 billion market. During the accelerator, we found our product market fit. How do we know it? Customers start coming to us without any onboard marketing strategy on our side. In the last 4 weeks alone, we get more 50 new customers, and another 20 is waiting on the pipeline to be on board. We managed to close 100% of our leads. 100% conversion rate. In order to keep this acquisition cost low, we start partnership with strong players, like Hospitality Reseller, CSG Expert in France, MSC in French Antilles, and we start the pay pilot with Metro. We also make some partnership with big accounting software like Sage and tax advisor like Parnassus. Our team come from and know the industry. We are bar and restaurant manager, hospitality consultant, and accountants. Together, we have more than 30 years of experience in hospitality, 10 years of experience in Big Four accounting firm, and 15 years of coding experience. Together, we are changing the way restaurants work. We are more than an accountant, more than a management software. We are Veratio.
Our next founder is always hungry. You'll often find him in a restaurant, but never paying full price. Please welcome Julian from Waffle!
4 billion meals are eaten out across the UK every year, of which 1 billion involve a deal or a discount. And these guys are making billions, offering a frustrated, complicated, and outdated user experience. We spend ages looking for a good deal. And then when we finally find one, we get super excited, but then you realize you have to get all this extra stuff that you didn't want. Then you have to create accounts that you didn't want. And then, to top it off, you are going to get spammed with unpersonalized and irrelevant deals for the rest of eternity, which again, you don't want. What if the entire experience was seamless? Made simple. What if it was as easy as sending a message? Well, now it is. I'm Julian, the co-founder and CEO of Waffle, and let's meet Waffle. So Waffle eliminates the need for endless scrolling because you can simply tell Waffle what you're in the mood for. Something healthy for lunch, something vegan for dinner, or in my case, some chicken wings. Waffle's going to respond with some personalized and relevant places to choose from. And with just one tap, the menu pops up, and I'll choose what I want. So I'm going to find those chicken wings. I'll add some fries. And I should probably get some fries for the rest of my team because, well, they're always hungry. And just like that, Waffle has saved us nearly £6 on this order. Once I pay, I'll get my order confirmation, which I simply show to restaurant staff when I arrive at the restaurant. Waffle's then going to guide us directly there to enjoy our meal. And let's face it, that meal is going to taste better because we just saved money. Thanks, Waffle. That was pretty cool. Oh yeah, and eating out is a social activity. This explains why over 50% of our users have found Waffle through word of mouth. Waffle makes finding the restaurant that you want at the price that you want simple. There's no apps to download, no accounts to create, no endless scrolling, just conversation. Okay, so this is great, but why are restaurants working with us? Well, their industry is amongst the most competitive and unforgiving. Finding customers is hard, and they have almost no time to do it. That explains why £19 billion a year is lost to empty tables in the UK alone. I mean, what are restaurants supposed to do? Seriously, picture this, it's the middle of the afternoon and your restaurant's empty. What are you going to do? Do you put a sandwich board outside? What good is that when people are walking past glued to their screens? Some turn to social advertising, which can be complicated. But besides, these guys didn't start their restaurants because they want to spend hours learning about social advertising. They just want to serve their best food to their customers. Plus, they'd have to pay for those ads, whether or not they even get a customer. So how should they get in front of the right person, on the right channel, at the right time? Well, that's where Waffle comes in. We digitize the menus of each of our partners, which means they can upgrade from static pricing to dynamic pricing. We are literally giving them a menu that can change its price based on demand. Now that means more customers and more money. But to do this better than anyone else, we need diners to respond quickly. We didn't just make Waffle a chatbot because it was cool. We did it because this is where our generation is spending our digital time. Waffle can automatically message the right person. And when that happens, that message gets responded to by over 30% of our users within 10 minutes. Now that is
Faster than an app on the last page of your phone.
By partnering with us, restaurants can increase their revenues by up to 20% and free up those endless hours spent trying to attract customers. Now, at the beginning of the program, we realized that we had a problem. Well, we had about 4,000 users, we had restaurant partners, and Waffle had received over 50,000 messages. We didn't have a good way of knowing whether our users were actually turning up to our restaurants. Given this is how we were planning on making money, it was a pretty big problem. So what do? Within the space of 8 weeks, we designed, developed, and deployed a pre-ordering and payment solution within Messenger that our users love. Now, the way we make money is simple. We take a percentage of the additional revenue we've provided to our partners. And since we launched this update, the amount that our users are spending through the platform is increasing at 16% a day. And we are just getting started in tackling this huge and inefficient industry. Every year, more and more is being spent on eating out. Last year, in the UK, that figure exceeded £85 billion. Our addressable portion of that market is pretty big too, exceeding £18 billion. As for our team, there is one thing that we all have in common. We all spend too much money eating out. Matt and I have been friends for over 10 years, having previously started a profitable business while at school together. Matt is responsible for product. He previously worked as a product designer at Unilever after he graduated from the top university for design in the UK. That's where he met James, our technical co-founder. And since James joined Waffle, it seems that we haven't stopped winning awards. For me, Waffle was started while I was studying finance at the University of Sussex. Despite spending most of my time signing up restaurant partners in Brighton, I still graduated as the top performing student on my course. We're already supported by some incredible investors and advisors who know the magnitude of this problem and see a huge opportunity. That includes the likes of Mathieu, who is the ex-general manager of Uber Eats for the UK, and Gagan, who has the same position but for Central and South America. Now tomorrow, this team flies back to Brighton, Waffle's first city, where we're already working with 1 in 3 of our target restaurants. Once we conquer Brighton, we're going to expand to other key cities across the rest of the UK. And we're even excited by the possibilities beyond that, given our backing by Metro. All of this is going to help Waffle in achieving our vision of giving everyone across the world a best friend for dining out. Thank you.
He combines Swiss hospitality, Belgian joie de vivre, and German discipline. It's a Heimspiel for him tonight. Please welcome the one and only Florian from Hotel Hero!
Europe alone, hotels spend 5.5 billion euros a year on their IT systems. But rarely are hotels satisfied with the systems and technology they're using. We're all used to the latest smartphones and laptops, but they still work on old and outdated systems. They spend 5.5 billion euros a year, and the industry standard is still this. But why is that? Why are hotels not embracing a digital transformation when they spend so much money on technology? This is because technology is a black box for most hoteliers. They do not understand the technology they have in place and how they work together, what systems they need to achieve their business goals. And when they actually want to make a change, they don't know where to start. The current approach of buying hotel technology is broken, and we are here to fix it. I'm Florian, co-founder and CEO of Hotel Hero. We help hotels discover, buy, and manage their technology. How do we do it? Let's take the example of the Hotel Benvengudo in France. Victor, the general manager, was looking for a new internal communication tool, spending weeks going to trade shows, talking to his hotelier friends, and Googling the internet, not finding the right software for his needs. Until Victor found Hotel Hero, came onto our platform, put in his hotel criteria and what he was looking for, and he directly found the right solution matching his needs, saving Victor valuable time, which he could now spend on what he does best, managing his hotel. A couple months later, Victor was now looking for a new event management tool. But this time, he came straight to Hotel Hero, got his recommendation. Our platform allowed to streamline Victor's process so much that from initial search to implementation, it only took him 2 months, when the industry average is more than 12 months. But why does Victor trust us? We have been working as IT consultants for both hotel chains and independent hotels, leading them through the digital transformation. We understand the issues hoteliers are facing. In our target market alone, we have identified more than 700 different systems and have classified them into 42 system categories, from revenue management to point of sale, from upselling to CRM. We have over 100 systems listed on our platform to date and expect to add 500 more in the next 3 months, which will represent approximately 90% of the market. On top of that, we benchmark what systems hoteliers are using and actually recommending. Correlating all this data puts us into the unique position to build a smart hotel software recommendation tool. We work on a freemium model and are introducing paid features for both hoteliers and software vendors. Geographic relevance is key to our success. This is why we focus on Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and France. We have already more than 400 hotels using our platform to date. And to accelerate our growth throughout Europe, we work hand in hand with hotel associations and key players, having already partnerships with the Swiss Hotel Association, Fair Booking, and just recently, HGK. They're actively pushing our platform to their member hotels, and these partnerships alone represent more than 7,000 hotels in Germany, France, and Switzerland. The team behind Hotel Hero comes from the market we are entering. We have all experience in both hotel operations and management and know each other for more than 6 years. We have studied together at the #1 ranked hospitality school in the world in Lausanne, Switzerland. Thibaut is all about optimizing the processes and workflows with providers. Julien about developing our platform, and myself growing the business on the hotelier side. But we're supported also by an amazing team of mentors and advisors who know the industry from all different angles, having worked for distribution platforms, hotel chains, and independent hotels. The problem we are solving is this big that the AHGZ, Germany's leading hospitality news outlet, has named us as one of the top 10 digital concepts for the hospitality industry. We're ready to rapidly grow throughout Europe and make technology a competitive advantage for hotels. Hotel Hero brings transparency to the hotel tech market so that hoteliers can make more educated investment decisions when they spend these 5.5 billion euros.
Decade in South Korea, but he's here today to put customer centricity back on the menu. Please welcome Jonathan from Roboras!
The average profit margin for fast food restaurants is just 3%. That's it. And we all know that increasing the table turnover rate is essential to increasing profits. But long lines are causing customers to walk away from their favorite establishment in search of a faster experience. In fact, franchises are already starting to replace human beings with self-ordering kiosks. They're more convenient, they're more accurate, and they're even generating more profit. In fact, customers are spending up to 30% more when ordering from a kiosk than at the counter. This all sounds really great, so what's the problem? Well, these kiosks just aren't smart enough. If you've never used one before, go to McDonald's. You'll notice that you have to touch or swipe the screen 17 times before you can even insert your credit card to pay. 17 times. And that's not including ordering an extra French fries. Imagine if you had to ask the employee at the counter 17 questions before you could pay. It's ridiculous, right? And not only that, customers find them isolating, they lack personality, they're complicated to use, and if you want to customize your order, that's going to take twice as long. Well, let me introduce you to something new. I'm Jonathan, co-founder and CMO of Roboras, and I'd like to introduce you to Poca, the emotionally intelligent kiosk. Poca speeds up the ordering process and collects valuable information about customers. Poca handles front-of-house operations. So as you can see in this video, a customer walks up and is immediately identified by Poca. Because she's a regular, her favorites are instantly shown on the screen, allowing her to complete the ordering process in just seconds. She inserts her credit card to pay, and voila, her order is sent to the kitchen. Poca is doing its job, so staff can focus on theirs. And now with Poca, customers are ordering 4 times faster than traditional kiosks. This results in shorter lines, a better customer experience, and obviously a huge income increase to these restaurants. The really cool thing about this is what we can do with data. As Poca collects customer data, restaurants are learning valuable information about their customers, like gender and age. But the really cool thing about this is how Poca also identifies the mood of the customers. So if customers are happy, the restaurant knows it's doing something right. If the customers are not happy, the restaurant knows it should change something. This means you have real-time feedback on how your restaurant is performing. Never before have restaurants had access to real-time data like this. It's like a two-pronged attack. You have the customer being fed quicker, so they're happier, and you also have the data that shows how they're feeling, meaning you can be truly customer-centric. Both of these things together are the secret sauce, the equation, the catalyst for taking a restaurant from surviving to thriving. And this is what restaurants need to be doing in this difficult industry. We started with just a dream, and now we've received over $1 million from the South Korean government, and we just signed a contract to run a paid pilot with 7-Eleven, the largest convenience store in the world. After the pilot, there's further potential for Poca to be inside 900 of its stores. We're also running with a restaurant right here in Berlin at Potsdamer Platz in a building with 4,000 employees. This is all due to a strong and amazing team. We have 50 years of experience in AI and robotics, as well as in international marketing and sales. Our CEO, DH, spent 10 years at Nokia and Hyundai Electronics. He met our COO, Chung, at a robotics company, where they worked closely together for 6 years. They've already created some really cool things together, but this is what they're dedicating their lives to. We also have our CTO, Chaeyoung, who has a PhD and 15 years of experience in robotics and neural networks. He's leading our 7-member engineering team. I come in as CMO, where I spent 10 years in international marketing. As co-founder of a previous startup, I took our product to 2 million people in 5 countries, so I know what it takes to make a product essential in people's lives. So, let's talk about this global market. In just 4 years, the global self-ordering kiosk market is estimated to be valued at $18 billion, and the industry is already on the move. McDonald's alone is investing up to $1 billion in kiosks a year. Our business model is simple. We sell Poca, and we charge a monthly service fee. But what makes us truly scalable is taking our software and implementing it into restaurants' point-of-sale systems. Imagine every restaurant with an existing kiosk or tablet having the power of Poca. We're looking at partnering with people who can see the future of AI in this industry. McDonald's knows it. 7-Eleven knows it. Maybe someone here in this room knows it. Asia's ready. Who wants to help us get Europe ready next?
Now last but not least, and certainly not without passion, he left a finance career to change the way we eat. He has more to offer than pizza, pasta e amore. Please welcome to the stage, Antonio Bonfresco!
My grandfather used to say, only kings and farmers can eat well. And he was right. I was born and raised in southern Italy, where the food is amazing fresh. When I moved to Milano for my studies, I realized that fresh food is a luxury. So, what does fresh food actually mean? Fresh food is healthy food, because fruits and vegetables lose up to 80%. Yes, 80% of their nutritional value in just 1 week. It takes several weeks or even months for produce to get from farm to fork. So, at this rate, you can imagine how much is left once on your plate. And millennials like me know this. 50% of us plan to change our eating habits towards an healthy diet, but we are struggling to find the time to hand down the freshest produce and then prepare and cook it. The good news is, Fresco has a convenient solution for us. Hi, my name is Antonio. I am the CEO and founder of Fresco. We created the first ever machine to make super fresh food by simply pressing a button. Nespresso is an easy to drink and artisanal coffee at home. Today, single cup solutions dominate 40% of the market, making it a $50 billion industry. In the same way, Fresco is made it possible in a much bigger market that's worth $250 billion. And how do we do it? Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Eva. With Eva, you can make fresh dishes that before was time-consuming or even not possible. For example, in the case of our fresh pressed olive oil. First, you fill the machine with our pulps. We flash freeze the best fruits and vegetables to maintain all the nutritional value and taste. Then, press a button. our patent pending technology takes over from there. And after a few minutes, you can enjoy your favorite food like olive oil, smoothie, pasta sauce, soup, and baby food. Yeah, baby food. We entered the market with a limited edition for the best restaurants in town to test the product with the most critical customers. We started with a focus on olive oil, because for many people in the world, not just for Italians, olive oil is the base of a healthy diet. For restaurants, we have a simple business model. The machine is for free, and we sell the pumps on a subscription basis. In only 8 weeks, we got more than 40 pre-orders by the best restaurant in southern Italy, and we have 8 committed resellers to enter new cities. Now, we are running the pilot with Metro. Not in one country, in 2 countries, in Italy and in Germany. But this is only the first step to be a leader in the healthy food industry. Now we are entering a bigger market, the B2C market. In the same convenient way as a mega espresso coffee, today you can enjoy a smoothie for your balanced breakfast, or a soup for your healthy lunch, or even a pasta sauce for your Italian dinner with your loved ones. For individuals, we have a pay-as-you-go model. The machine is 950 euros, and each bulk package starts at €1.50. Given the fact that David Brown is in the audience right now, following the textile value, gift first. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so happy to share that today we are launching our pre-order campaign right now in 3, 2, 1, go! Just for you guys in the audience, eBay is available the special price of $490. And with the code GIFTPRESS, you get €50 voucher to buy a pulse. Settle down, don't rush to the stage all at once, please. Now, let me talk about the competition. Of course, you can go to the supermarket and buy the freshly pressed smoothie. But it's not as healthy as you would expect. Or you can buy a kitchen machine like Thermomix, but it's not so convenient. Thermomix was built for the lifestyle of 80s and 90s. Times have changed. Today, millennials spend less than 20 minutes cooking each day. Eva was built for this new generation. Fresco is building a product that is healthier, better, and more convenient than any kitchen machine or freshly product pre-made on the market. So maybe you are thinking about G0, the failed kitchen machine. The concept was amazing, but they built the wrong machine. So, learning from their mistake, we built the right one. First, you fill the machine. With our machine, you can make dozens of food, not just juice. Second, to maintain all the nutritional value, you need the flash freezing technology. And third, Eva's advanced iron and spinning system can perfectly defrost, heat up, stir, extract, and knead. Squeezing with your hands is not enough. Period. So, who is the team behind this amazing product? I founded my first company at 16. 3 generations of my family were in agri-food. And I have 8 years experience in finance at the leading Italian financial institutions. 4 years ago, I decided to challenge the status quo in the healthy food industry. And I was so lucky, because I met my co-founders, Francesco, Piero, and Alessandro. They have 8 degrees between them, including 2 PhDs, and 30 years experience combined with mechatronics. In just 2 months, they set up our factory, a real factory in 2 months. Altogether, supported by 7 amazing employees, We got the trust of outstanding partners, like Unical, one of the most prestigious universities in Italy, by almost 100 equity crowdfunding investors, and by our brand ambassador, Ciro Immobile, the Italian football superstar. So, Fresco is not only changing the way we make fresh food, it's changing the way we eat. Maybe the kitchen of the future will be like this, #NoKitchen. Or maybe not, but who cares? Because for millions of people, healthy food is not a luxury anymore. If you want to try our fresh pressed olive oil, please come and find me right here. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. Let's get some extra applause for all the founders. Come on. I'm so proud of you guys. Just amazing, super blown away. So this was the first part of Demo Day. I would like to invite you to networking outside the room. And we move to the Club 808 around the corner to have drinks at dinner in roughly 40 minutes. Thank you very much for joining us today, and meet the founders, meet us, have drinks and have fun. Night, big party, we'll celebrate the 3 months, and yeah, we'll find us at the club. I'm super happy that we are done, and you guys